Okay, today's trade of the day video, I just want to cover two different setups and trades that were on the day. It was a really kind of slow and choppy, low range day, but there was two fairly decent setups that came during the day. The first one that I'm showing here, the market, you can see it opened lower, traded sideways and down in a small range, consolidated basically below yesterday's low, and then broke to the upside in an attempt to make a gap fill. And the gap fill area was the target for initiating a short position. The last swing high here of the day, it was the risk stop level. A couple of things we had here to suggest this trade was obviously the close of the gap. This fib range that I'm showing here, I have it drawn. This is the Globex. This was the Globex high that traded down then to this low. I'll slide another chart in here, and you'll get a chance to see a little bit better what I'm looking at there. You can see this was before the market opened. This is before the employment numbers, and on the release the market traded lower, and then right over here is where we opened, and so that morning consolidation was all right here. It was coming off of that low higher into the gap fill, which was right here at the 72.50 level. A few other things that were in there. the action to that point was very nearly a double drive 1-to-1. Additionally, the Globex was showing a alternate 1-to-1. We had I'll squeeze this back down so you can see it. From yesterday's close, the market had traded higher overnight to the tune of 5.25 points. Then the sell-off on the employment numbers was coming back 5.25 points, and that's designated right here in the software. It keeps track of all that for you. That also came in at the 72.50 level. So there's a good number of confluences there at 72.50 for a short attempt, and you can see that it did exceed, but the exact level, however, it stayed below our risk on that trade above this high. I'll click this forward, and you can see where it went. Moved lower nicely into the 61.8 of this range, and actually managed to exceed the 61.8 just a bit, and then it came on a reaction. I'm going to drill down a little bit further to show this next setup. The gist of this setup is that the market had come up from the early morning low. It had a 2.5 point correction on the way. It met resistance here between the gap and a 38.2 that was from the larger range back here. That was also just below this last swing high, or at the swing high, and you can see it traded down. It exceeded the minus 2.5, going down minus 4.5, which was an overbalancing move to the downside. So additionally, the 61.8 of that range was breached. So the thought, or the setup here was to look to short a rally retracement to a 50 or a 61.8 for a move down to try for a test of the low here at 67.25. I'm going to put it down to 1 minute here and take a closer look. Okay, here you can see we're on a 1 minute time frame. Coming off the minus 4.5, the market moved up into the 61.8 right here at 72, which was another short attempt here. I'm going to click it forward so you can see what happened here. The setup was solid, and you can see the 72 level was not breached. It started working nicely at first, and then kind of went really quiet here for quite a long period of time. Came back and made another touch on 72 there. I lost patience with this trade and actually scratched it out, but you can see that the market did respect the setup. It respected that 61.8, and it did move lower. It didn't quite make it all the way down to test the 67.25 level. It was turned before it got to there, but you can see that down 3.5 points from the 72 level. There's good profit potential in there on a day when overall I'll click it out so you can see the end of the full daily action. There wasn't a lot going on the day. You can see that we had the morning swings, which gave the overall range on the day about 6 points, but for the better part of the afternoon, then it was basically a 4-point range and less. So anyway, not a lot of good expansive moves to trade, but you can see there was a couple opportunities in there to take some shots and have some potential to make money on a really what was a slow and a quiet day. So I'll end that here and hope you enjoyed it. We will talk to you again tomorrow.